What's up, everybody? Just wanted to give you guys a quick update on my gardening. As you can see, I am doing very well. Sorry guys, I'm actually multitasking here at the same time. I have my son here who wants to come out and see the garden with me. So I'm just going to be going over my garden really quickly with you guys and just let you guys know where I'm at. So recently, I actually moved, and that was one of my major stressors. So here in my mini backyard, this is my garden layer for now. I still need to renovate and do some stuff. I went to the garden store and I bought myself some 15, what the lady told me was 15-gallon plant pots. So I went ahead and transplanted a few of my pepper plants. So let's go ahead and just start and tell you about which one is which. So the one that we're currently looking at is my Jamaican Scotch bonnet. I'm really happy with this pepper. It has a smoky flavor and it really enhances Dorito chips. So I think that it would be perfect for nacho cheese and or just powdered Scotch bonnets with powdered lemon and salt. Really good pepper. I mixed it once with my lemon drop, which I actually gave away. I am giving away some of my pepper plants because I just don't have enough space for them, and I have more coming too as well. So this is my Scotch, my Brazilian Scotch, my Jamaican Scotch bonnet. And here what we're looking at here are two plants. I actually just got this plant. This is a tomato plant and this is a Huskey Cherry Red. It's a hybrid. It's not going to grow the same the next year, but I'm going to try and stabilize it just like a pepperhead would try and stabilize any other pepper in F1 or up stages. And right behind it would be my datil. By the way, this plant is a pot plant and it has a very thick stem, so I'm really happy with it, and it grows cherry tomatoes, and my daughter's favorite, so I'm going to be working on that. The tail pepper has a very aromatic effect to it. It is in not the hottest scales, but you know, it's up there. It's probably maybe 100,000 or so. Yeah, that's where I'm at. It's fairly well, nicely loaded. And I put it in a bigger pot. And down here, these are baby black pearls. Okay, baby black pearls. And then right behind it would be my this is my Chinese 5-color. You can see it's branching out, and I'm not going to top this because we're getting close to the end of the season, which I knew that I was kind of pushing my seeds very late into the season, so I'm not gonna top it. I'm just gonna let it do its thing, what nature does. This is a top of my sorry, I move back. This plant right here is a top of my bishop crown, and it's doing fairly well. You can see that it's giving me a new growth. Again, all of these are showing new growth. So I'm really happy, and I have some thyme, some variegated thyme underneath this. And this plant actually is a top, but it's actually already giving me fruit ripening. And there's another one down here. I am training this to be the main leader stem. Hopefully it gets thick and tall. I've discovered that topping ahi, or this specific ahi plant, is a no-go. It's better to just let it go up. It's a very tall plant, and when you top it, the branches grow very long and the plant just looks very awkward and lanky. Here I have my Carolina Reaper that a fellow member from the community gave me from seed. I grew it, and it is my Carolina Reaper. I left it at my stepdad's house for a few weeks because I was moving and he overwatered it, and then, you know, I was getting a deficiency problem. So I let it dry out, and it was still struggling. I let it stay in the sun and still struggling, and I gave it fertilizer yesterday, a Alaskan bloom fertilizer, and yes, it is starting to give me some flowers. So I think I'm about right on there. It's okay. So it's doing good. It's actually gotten really glossy, and it got droopy at night, which told me that it really pushed a lot of growth. Anytime you see your plants droopy at night, it's not because they're dying or something's wrong with them. It's just that they're really tired from growing. Um, Story here, I was actually going to give you guys an update on my plants earlier, but there was an accident. This is my ahi awachapan, and this is what's left of it. My daughter was in the garden, and I love my daughter, but she fell over it and basically broke the plant in half. So I chopped it up, and it became I guess a bonsai tree at this moment, and I'm not sure how well it's gonna do. It may bounce back. It was bleeding a lot, and it looks like it stopped bleeding. And it has two stems, so we'll just keep an eye on these and see if there's any new growth coming from here. If not, we're just gonna have to call it a season. Well, I already did call this a season because there's just no way it's gonna give me fruit anymore going forward. Here I have my bolsa de dulces. This is a seedling, and it's really shooting up. I gave it a new pot because, you know, this was just too small for it. So yeah, I gave it, of course, new growth. We have a really low growing, super hot. This is my Fatali gourmet jigsaw, and the fruit on these are really good, but you know, it's going to be looking for a new home. I can only handle so much heat, and my body is telling me keep it cool. So I'm actually having to pace myself by powdering these, and or even giving them away. So I am getting to the point where my harvest is just a lot. I did have a neighbor ask me, what do you do with all these peppers? And you know, if it's just me that eats them, then what happens to the rest of them? So yes, I actually do powder them, and I give them away when I can. Here I have a hybrid. So this is a seedling from my stepdad, and he has goldweed, and he has ornamental tie in the back, and this is a cross. I think this is a 1-year cross. The stem on these branches, if I can get it to focus, are kind of hairy, and then it's tall. I did actually chop this off down at the bottom, and here you go. You see those cuttings there, and it's pushing up a really nice plant actually. Okay, moving on. This is my lemon drop pepin. Really nice plant. I highly encourage it, you guys to try it if you haven't tried this plant. It's very prolific, and the fruit tastes really good. I'd say it's a medium heat, not too hot, but really good in flavor, especially because it's crossed with a pepin. Here we go. I got my Brazilian starfish. Really beautiful growth on this plant. Very aggressive, tall plant. Fruit grow upright, and you see the different ripening patterns here. If you're looking at the spots on this plant, it's okay. It actually has a DE, or the tritheminate earth, however you say it. I really don't like ants crawling around my plants because they farm aphids and other scale insects that are pests that really stunt plants' growth. So yeah, that's what you're seeing. Here I have a, what do I have here? All right, well, we have a mysterious plant here. I think this is, no, I'm sorry. This is a wild pepper plant. It's one of the small, little circular, cylindrical fruits, and I think it's either a worry or a pepin type plant. I'm planning on growing this for bonsai. It's very small growing plant, but you know, this plant is about I'd say it's about 3 weeks younger than this plant. Yeah, big difference. Okay, so I think I have something to do with the pot size. I haven't had a chance to transplant most of my seedlings into the 3.5 squares. And then moving on, I have other plants here. Another Chinese 5-star. I have this is Peruvian passion, and here I Vortex variant. You see this plant has very wide leaves. It's going through his veg growth. It's a brain strain. Really nice plant. Here we go, another Vortex variant. Got my seedlings here, more ornamental. This is Peruvian passion, and I'm noticing this a little bit yellow. This plant is basic just for seeding, and I haven't actually put any fertilizer or any amendments in it, so it may have a nutrient deficiency, and that's something that I'm going to address possibly today because it's my day off. The plants in the back are the Wiri or the bean variant wild plants. Really excited about those as well. We got another one here. This is a passion, a Peruvian passion. Here we have ornamentals. All of these are ornamentals, and they're ornamentals New Mix variants. You may have seen me post a picture of it at Home Depot. I actually took one of the peppers because the plant was in a heavy pot, and there was no price on it, and I just took a pod. I did it. Yeah, guilty as charged. One, okay, I would not take anybody else's harvest from their garden. So this is Chinese 5-star, Chinese 5-star, Chinese 5-star. Here, you probably get a better view like this. All of these are brain strain. I am going to be stabilizing them, so I planted several different ones. I'm going to wait to see how the pods look, and the pods that I like the best are going to be kept, and the seeds saved for the next year. I have many different plants as well. In here will be a cherry scorpion. That's supposed to be for just flavor, not so much for the heat. And I've noticed that not many people in the pepper loving community have that plant. I've also done some seed trading on that plant as well. This is the actual plant, the Bishop's Crown. This is the base of the top. So top base. Top is doing really good. Again, if you don't know, that the growth hormones are on the top part of the plants. And I'm training this plant to have new growth patterns to form from the middle up, because I don't like the way that it's spreading out to the sides. And this plant should normally be up to here, my height. So I'm about 5'9" and a half. You know, every inch counts. This plant right here is supposed to be a Carolina Reaper. This is my eBay Carolina Reaper, and the pods on these grow more like Moruga Scorpion type peppers. So it's a really hot plant. See, this one has a beautiful pod here. It's a really hot pepper pod, and everybody that takes a bite into it says it has a very unique scent to it. That's because it's the capsaicin oil that is extremely hot. So greens grow very weird. This right here is new to me, but I'll go back and take a look at it, see if it's okay. I think it will be. I just recently sprayed it today for with neem oil and Dr. Jack, so it should be fine. New growth here. This plant is one of two, and it was supposed to be my this is supposed to be my red Savina, which if you look really closely, there's actually green and red in here. So one plant is giving orange and red. One plant is giving me orange pods, and the other is giving me red pods. The orange pods are actually hotter than the red pods. And then here we have my Jace Peach Rose Scorpion. Hey mama, wait mama, don't go into the plants. Okay, wait for daddy. Okay, Jamaican Scotch Bonnet. I ended up really liking the flavor. It has a really unique scent to it. It is a super hot, and well, it just may make it to the next season. Over here is my last pepper plant so far. This would be, yeah, mama. You looking at my peppers?
Oh, baby.
Okay, you gotta be nice. Okay, remember you broke the last one, okay?
Oh, super cute.
Super cute. And then this would be my orange habanero, and this is my second year growing it. It is it is a plant from 2 years, so it's fairly old, and it really does produce a lot of peppers. So this is my pepper garden. Say hi, Mama.
Hi.
Say hi to everybody. What's your name? Ah! Alright guys, well, thank you so much for watching this video. I try to make it as quick as possible. And it's time to go back to being daddy. Papa! Say hi!
Hi.
Alright, gotta go guys. See you later. And happy growing.